Talk to me about what's the most exciting things that are happening in longevity and health in general. What's the great stuff that's going on?
Well, I mean, in general, what we've realized now is that aging is a mitochondrial disease. Mitochondria becomes progressively less efficient. We age at a faster rate.
Talk to me about stem cells and exosomes. I hear everybody's talking about stem cells and exosomes. You got to go to the Dominican Republic. You got to go to Panama. You got to go to Colombia. Is that a real thing?
It's a very real thing. You know, if COVID did anything positive for us, it actually laid the foundation for some of these stem cell therapies and exosome therapies to take a leap forward. And I think you're going to see a new frontier in medicine very soon based around the research on stem cells and their exosomes, their derivatives.
Stem cells changed my life. You know, I've always been interested in the cutting edge. I've always been looking at it. But what pushed me over the edge on this one was I went snowboarding and I had a crash that was so vicious. I thought I broke my neck. So then I go to doctor after doctor, 4 different doctors, all of them surgery. I'm like, okay, what's the prognosis? Well, you may not be able to lift your arm above your shoulder. I can't live that way, right? And then, you know, my identity kicked in. It's like, there's always an answer. So I kept asking these docs, what about stem cells? You know, because I obviously heard about stem cells. And I work with a lot of the best of all time, greatest athletes ever. Wow. So I became obsessed. So I want to know everything about it. And then I thought it wasn't really just stem cells. It's this regeneration revolution. I was talking about the technology is just exploding every year.
First, as a physician who's had my license for 40 years and had a very strong biochemistry background and worked as an anesthesiologist, you know, taking care of people's bodies in a very special way, I can say, and seeing what's happening with the X39 and the other patches, I can say without a doubt that this is the most significant medical breakthrough in my lifetime. And do we have a big hand for that? This is,
wow. Hello.
To have something that connect the X39 patch is one of the most amazing products in medicine, and stem cell activation or more stem cells is one of the hottest topics in medicine. So you have the best product in one of the hottest areas, and your health is your greatest wealth. For me, it's a no-brainer. And people say, well, will it work for this? Well, it will work for that. There's tens of thousands of testimonies that are out there where people have experienced dramatic results with various problems. But it's a no-brainer to try the X39 and just see if it works. And from my perspective, as a physician, with what I've known and what I've seen, for me, it's actually criminal not to be sharing. Wow. Sharing is caring. Sharing is caring.
Thank you. Thank you. Great information.